It's Flappy. If you don't count Lode Runner as one, it's the first puzzle game for the Famicom. Now let's get this out of the way. While Flappy himself looks like a dog-faced yellow guy on the cover of the game, in-game, however, he looks more like a canary bird. So get your Flappy Bird jokes out of the way. All done? Good. Flappy is produced and published by a brand new Famicom third-party developer, DBSoft. They're mostly a PC publisher who published a few games of their own to the Famicom, before disappearing right before 1990. Flappy seems their most popular game as it had many ports and sequels. Interestingly, DBSoft went under the name Macadamia Soft to release two pornographic games. Their last porn game, 177, was actually pulled off of the shelves due to a banning from the Japanese legislative for the game being about you playing a man hunting down a woman to rape her. Damn. Thankfully, Flappy is innocent as a game gets. Notable in the fact that it has an option menu in the select button screen, where you can put in a password, then select a stage, and change the music. Or if you just want to get a move on, press start. Now before we talk about this game, we need to talk about this game, Sokoban. Before Tetris, this was the most influential puzzle game for puzzle games. It's a game where you have to push boxes into the correct position, and Flappy is pretty much a Sokoban clone, but different enough. The goal is to get this blue rock onto the blue spot of land, but here's where things get weird. You can move all over the map, but all the rocks you move always goes toward the bottom of the screen like gravity. I mean, this isn't confusing to figure out, but in a logical sense, doesn't. But anyways, the puzzle element comes into the fact you have to move all the other rocks into the right position and at the right time to get the blue rock on the blue spot. Now because some rocks get in the way, if you push the rock into a flat area, the rock will crumble. And if you crumble a rock needed, it's pretty much down one life. I wouldn't be mad at this, but for some reason DBSoft thought this game needed enemies running around. There's two types of enemies, these bunnies and these crabs. These bunnies just seem to walk in a straight pattern, never being a real threat, and if this was the only enemy, I'd be okay with that. But then you gotta deal with these crabs. These crabs, simply put, want you dead. And this is what brings a decent puzzle game into a bad puzzle game. If you want me to solve a puzzle that requires planning things out, don't fling shit in my face while I'm doing it. Now that said, you do have two ways of defending. These mushrooms and dropping a rock on their head, just like in Dig Dug. However, mushrooms are limited and just put the enemy to sleep briefly. But you can at least push them around, perhaps under the spot of a rock, but just do it before they wake up. And because every rock needs to be specifically pushed, wasting one on an enemy requires specific timing. And this wouldn't be so bad if you didn't have a time limit, didn't have lives, and had an option of a level select. There's a password, but only after every 5 levels. Are you kidding me? What a strange design choice. The more I think about it writing this review, the worse Flappy gets. It pretty much ruins everything that's enjoyable about a puzzle game of this vintage. And if you want a better Sokoban experience, well, there's a website containing thousands of levels among many Sokoban games. Just spend your time there and let's leave this game in DBSoft's grave where it belongs.